Hi everyone, I just learned to use this video editor Shotcut. It's an open source software, does much more than what used to these window movie makers been doing. It's multi-track editor, and there are a couple of other open source software video editing that allows you to do lots of things, including this multi-tracking editor. So this is going to be a very simple demonstration here. So I uploaded this video and there was a little mistake at the end. So I'm about to truncate it here and then attach a little bit of correction on which I made another video. So I go to open file and uploaded the source and it comes up here as if it is just a player. And you have to add this one in the playlist in this shortcut. That's the idea is I click on that playlist or you can find the playlist button here and you open up the playlist. Right now there's nothing in the playlist. You open file into this player and then bring it over here in the playlist and then you have several things in the playlist and we're going to add that down there in the timeline. This is where things are really stuff that's going to be recorded and regenerated. And by clicking on that button there, you can get to this timeline. So um, before you actually go to that, I'm going to remove it. You have this video and you want to trim it to the part that um, you want to show. And this is the beginning part I want to show. So you have to use this left endpoint there. And if this is the last part, I have to make sure that if it's a
Okay.
correct part.
And we're going to use that one. And it has a name. It's called the Bazoo's identity.
So I'm going to let this one go just a little bit up to there. So if this is what I want, I have to go probably a little bit further. And you can bring that into over there, but it's difficult to get that time position exactly to this left side is called I in the keyboard, right side is O, letter O. So if I hit letter O there, it's going to go to that part right away. So right now it is trimmed into this part, and now if you bring it over there, and this one will only play that part. And even if you just put the original version on here, I think you can still open it as a clip there and edit it here, and that'll actually edit the version that is added to the playlist. Then I hope to open up the correction from in here. From here again, there was a little interruption. So I wanted to bring in this corrected version. To go to open file. I realize it has to be um, this file. So that's a correction file. So I'm going to add it to,
Apologize that
I'm going to stop it there. So we have these two things, and you can add this one to the timeline by dragging and releasing it one at a time. But if it is all worked out, and you can go and where is it? Add to timeline. I saw that I think that was this command in here down there, and then this setting menu command and add all to timeline. And then this one will be the first one, and that one will be the second one will occupy in there. So below there's a scroll bar, so you have to kind of zoom out to see everything there. All right. But I also wanted to do a little bit of a nice transition in between. And so that's the first thing we're going to do. So I have to zoom in to make sure that I have enough space to see that on here. So that's the new video, correction video, and it ends it right there. And go into the corrected video. So I want to create a little bit of a transition. It's interesting how it's done in the shortcut is that you drag this one over just a little bit like this, and that'll create in between this nice transition. By clicking on that and changing this left and right bound, you can change the amount of overlap time. So if I play that, All right, so let's see how its
Has a
transitions
name.
done.
Is called the Bazoo's identity. Apologize that that part was a little bit incorrect.
So that's how much transition it's taking, and you can also see that in time. So last thing I wanted to do, and then show other things, is that fade in and out when the video starts. I think always have to nice little bit of a fade in part in there, fade out part. Those things, that extra thing we're adding to all this video cuts. Here it's called filters. So you click on that one, that video, it's selected, and you go to filters, and you have various filters for that part available. So if you click on that one, filters are available. Stars, um, uh, most frequently used one, and you can see entire list for the video and audio and things like that. So you can find what's in the star also in this video filter and audio filter. So I wanted to do fade in video for that part. If you click on that, and it allows you the time. Here it's very um, small, so you don't quite see, and a little bit of shading was created in this video track. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a longer 1 minute and 30 second. I think that's it. If you zoom in, I'm going to show you from very the beginning part. There's a little bit of shades in there, but if I even zoom in a little bit more, then you can see. Let me go all the way further by hitting home key. Not really. There you can see the shade was created. So that's a fade in shade. So let me go zoom out there, and I want to fade out here in this video. So it's now selected, add filter, fade out the video in here, and also just increase 30 more seconds. Out there, maybe it's a little excessive, but we'll see how it starts by just playing the video all the way up there.
To that definition, can you imagine what that is? T of 00?
It didn't quite do that. I couldn't quite see that in here. Let's look at the last bit. Whenever the filter is added, when you want to play in this shortcut player mode, it's a little bit lagging and it is not smooth, but the final product looks good. Down to there was a several lagging, so I have to cut off, but that's basically what I wanted to do with this particular video editing procedure. But let me show you just a couple of other things, and then I'll show you how to export this edited one. So you can add all those filters, and you can, by adding that button, you can see all those different types of filters. Also, you can add different tracks here. If you go to timeline and menu, and you can add more multiple video tracks, and on top of it, so on top of it there, you can insert a small size video right here, or you can change the opacity, and you can embed the text. All that thing can be done by adding another track on top of it here, by creating this multiple track on another video track. As you can see, um, have another video try, you can put another video on top of it, and then you can use filters to do something about it, to make that one appear just above here's corner, smaller size, and adding explanation and all sorts of things. So that's a really nice thing to have. So out of all that, now we want to export this video we created. So it is in an export, and here if you click on that, you have panel for export, and I don't know much about how things are going. Only thing I wanted to check in here is the audio condition that affects the final product a lot from my experience. So I made sure that I keep this one good enough, like 384K. That seems like good audio quality. Then I made sure this is the usual YouTube size, 1280 and 720. And other than that, I didn't change much audio quality and video output size. When I was generating this video, I also was aware of these canvas size. So I kind of capped that into that size in there. Once everything is done, and you can um, right figured out that export file was hidden below, so I have to scroll it down right there to see that I used it multiple times. Still couldn't find it. That's kind of tricky part when I was, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so you click on the export, and this will be my third attempt for making this Euclidean video and lecture video better. So now if you look at the right side, if I show more, there's a job panel over there. So it is showing you the progress of this video and how many percentile it has done, things like that. So once it's done, and you will have um, codec MP4. I don't know what it says, but it's supposed to be MP4 output. I think over there, right there, MP4, and you'll have your video in your folder in the MP4 mode. Thanks for watching.